Hi, I got Softly Spoken Magic Spells here. Singlecut's maybe most beloved beer, a double IPA that I think they haven't been making for too long. I've had it only one time on tap about 10 months ago when people were going crazy for it. Since then, they've done double dry hop versions and they've canned this one. This is my first time getting a bottle of it, and I think it's also the last time they're gonna do a bottled IPA there. So hopefully we'll get the cans. It was bottled on April 5th, so exactly 12 days ago. The special thing about this one is they say they use Scottish malt, I'm gonna guess Maris Otter, and Pacific Northwest hops, totaling 130 IBUs. They always overshoot their IBUs, I think, but they are rather bitter beers for the hazy northeastern style for sure. This one probably has Mosaic, Citra, other tropical fruity hops in it. When I had it before, it wasn't pure tropical fruit juice, and it's nice out. You can see I'm wearing a t-shirt, so we're gonna hear loud motorcycles. So pleasant. It's 8.6% alcohol, and I'm expecting some good things out of this. Yeah, it's a little bit darker color than you'd expect because Maris Otter gives you some color even though it's just a simple, like, pale malt. Yeah, it looks pretty dark on the camera, though it's not that dark. See if I can get a little bit of a glow going on in there. Yeah, nearly amber, though it is rather hazy. Near opaque. Smells very nice. I bet there's probably Simcoe in this too. Maybe like a Simcoe Citra combo. So I get lots of ripe, super ripe orange and berry flavors, or aromas at this point. Yeah, it's mainly like a fruited pebbles thing with lots of candied orange and like really ripe red grapefruit. It smells really nice. It's just a touch of toastiness from the malt. Not quite purple drink. I think it's more of a fruity pebbles berry thing, not quite grape. But I'm really liking the super ruby red grapefruit thing going on, and really a sweet orange juice aromas. But it's not pure fruit. There is some noticeable bready, crusty thing going on, fruit cakey type thing, and very little vegetal quality things happening now. Yeah, not just a slight dank resin thing. Yeah, lots of ripe berries and rich bready malts. I can actually taste some straight up malted barley in this one, almost like Treehouse. I've noticed in a lot of their IPAs that aren't pure just fruit juice and dank hop going on. This one has a little bit of actual barley flavor in it, and it's pretty soft. Bitterness is gonna creep up on me, I'm sure. The 8.6 heat is not really there too much, but it's pretty nice. It seems like it's a little bit darker than when I had it on tap, but I don't really mind that. It's because it's a really pleasant malt flavor. Maybe it's a little bit peachy, but it's mostly like berries and grapefruit and some woodsy resin coming out right now. Not quite pine or onion or anything like that. maybe cedary a little bit. But a pretty full feel, not too sweet. I've got a good balance of sweetness and bitterness, I would say, with this one. They're not worrying about making it extra fruity by making it extra sweet. It's quite fermented, but they still have plenty of body, and thanks part to the sediment and probably this really nice malt they're using. But this is very different from some of the other Singlecut in terms of the feel and the body and the color. All that, the malt's definitely changing it. That's one of the things people probably like about this, though. I often prefer the crazy pale, like yellow IPAs, but this one is good because this malt doesn't bring out a caramel flavor or too much toastiness that gets in the way of the fruit. It really just gives it more aspects to the beer overall. It's got the fruit and the bread thing. Kind of, I guess, fruit cakey, you could say, but not fruit cakey like a Scotch ale or some more sweet malt forward beer. Yeah, now it's smelling a lot like a Treehouse. And I don't know what Treehouse does to get the bready, sweeter flavor. I have heard they use malt extract, which one might think wouldn't give you as much flavor. But maybe they use a little bit of Maris Otter at Treehouse, because they definitely don't at Trillium. Trillium, I think for some beers they recently started using English pale malt, but it's usually just simple American two-row or Pilsner that they do. But this is a nice one. I hope I can get my hands on a double dry hop version of it. I probably love that because that would just bring out a little bit more of the hop fruitiness that this one's not exploding with. I'm getting maybe a little bit of a pine thing now. But the bitterness isn't overdoing it. It's not too bitter and pithy with the citrus flavors. Yeah, it didn't really blow me away as much as I was hoping. But now they did it on draft, and I wouldn't say it's super tropical, in my opinion. It's mostly citrus berry flavors, and that's why I think it must be like Simcoe forward. But all that works pretty well with the malt to make this cool, like, fruit cakey flavored IPA that is different. It's very, very different than most of these beers that in this New England style. It's definitely worth a go. Singlecut, yeah, they keep making all these hazy IPAs, but they all tend to have pretty different flavors, and it makes it really fun to try a new one. So I'm going to keep doing this if we keep getting some of their other IPAs, like Jenny said, and stuff in bottles, and especially in cans. I'd give this one, probably 85, 86 or something like that. Goodbye.